What is going on, you guys? This is Psycho Power Ranger once again, and I'm here to bring you a very cool build that I put together. Let's go ahead and get it started. So I was thinking, the short bow attacks so fast on the Ranger. I love it. I want to make a build focusing on crit damage and attack speed. So I did, and it's come out very powerful. Now keep in mind that it is the 4th of September 2012. Builds change, things change. This build might not be popular in recent years. Keep that in mind. Next, this build is only 90% done, and by that I mean I'm not finished tweaking it. But I thought, hey, let's release it now so that the community and I can work together to make it stronger. So that's what I'm doing. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this build and briefly describe its traits and all that good stuff. You got Sharpened Edge. Every time you crit, you have a roughly 50% chance to put a bleed on them. You crit so often in this, up to 80% chance, that you will be bleeding them a ton of bonus extra bleed. On top of the bleed that you're getting from your short bow, as well as the bleed you're getting from the signet on a short bow, as well as the bleed from your sharpening stone. So much bleed, I can't even describe it. Next, you got Quick Draw. This will lower the cooldowns of your short bow, namely for your number 4 skill, which will cripple your foe, not allowing them to get away from you. Moment of Clarity is the final choice here. It will give you an opportunity to attack when you're interrupted. Plain and simple. Sharpening Stone as your major keen edge. Let's face it, when you're in a fight, you will generally go below 75% of health. There's really no reason not to take this because it's like a second utility, and that's a lot of bonus DPS for very little effort. Then you got Spotter. This will give you and your allies 70 more precision. Really, it's just there to give you that bonus chance to crit. Then you got Wilderness Knowledge. This will reduce the cooldowns of your survival skills by 20%. This is extremely helpful because 2 of your major traits are using this, and they're both key players. Finally, you got Oakheart, and the reason you use this is so that when you get poison, burned, or bleed, you counteract some or all of the damage for 5 seconds. This can come in big handy when you're under a lot of conditioned pressure. For the weapons, you go short bow. Very obvious. There's no reason to even describe it. It's just what you build around. Then you go sword and horn. Major reason is because you want to use Call of the Wild. That 15-second Fury is crazy. That puts you at 80% crit chance. You do go Healing Spring. Very obvious reason. It removes conditions from you and allies, and it has the highest amount of heal. Plain and simple. You do go Sharpening Stone. Your next 5 attacks will bleed. That's a lot of extra bonus DPS. A lot of bleed on your opponent. You then do go Signet of Stone. However, that's my preference. You can do whatever you'd like. Some other notables are Protect Me or the Freeze Trap to kite your opponents a little bit easier. Most importantly, you do go Quick Zephyr. Reason being is this will double your DPS output for 4 seconds, and it is insane how much damage you put out. It's so quick. I use Rampage's 1. The reason being is so that I can have yet another Fury ability. If by some reason I can't switch to my horn or it's on cooldown, I can then get my Fury once more. It also makes you stable, and stability is extremely powerful in this game. However, there's another choice. You can go Entangle because that's a ton of bleed, as well as an AoE immobile, which is very powerful. The Rangers have very strong elites. And now for the armor. So as you can see, I namely focus on power and precision. Reason being is I wanted a balance of actually doing damage with my crits, as well as having a high crit chance. Just having that 80% crit isn't helpful in this build, seeing as the short bow has a really weak base damage. I do go Ranger all the way down the board, and what Ranger does is gives precision and crit damage, as well as going Berserker's Amulet, which gives power, precision, and a little bit of vitality, and then more importantly, crit damage. This allows your crits to do a high amount of damage while still sustaining your power and precision to their max potential, roughly 2,000 each. As for weapons, I do go with Sigil of Superior Earth. The reason being is I want to inflict as much bleeding as possible. However, you can go with any of the crits as possible, so you can go with the percentage to increase poison, or do invulnerability, or steal health. Anything from crits is really what you want to put on your bow. As for the other weapons, you really don't need anything. You won't be using them very often. You might as well use the crit one on the PvP sword as well. I just don't have it on here, so put bleeding on this or any of the other crits as well. And then the 5% crit would go on the horn. And that is it for this build. We'll now head over to some gameplay. Alright, so here we are in PvP. Now this is how the build works without using any of its skills. It's just a general common DPS over an enemy. constant bleeds because of the crits as well as the short bow as well as your pet. You kind of just want to keep applying pressure like that, simple and clean, really easy like that. However, now we're going to move into how the spikes work. So this Guardian decides to come at me, I pop everything, and watch his health just fall. Now, however, in this one, the Guardian is running away from me, and me being stupid didn't even cripple. That person would have been dead if not. But as you can see, the DPS of this is huge. You always want to use your horn as quickly as possible to get that 80% crit chance so you can just unload. And here's another example on this Elementalist. Yet again, a quick unload. Just so much damage so quickly. And there's the KO. Alright, Warrior's going to try his hand on me. He takes a little bit longer because he is set up in a tank type build. However, keep in mind that he's about to pop his heal, and I still haven't even popped mine. There's his heal, and look at where my health still is at. Just constant conditions on the enemy. He can't constantly get it off. It just keeps coming. Keep in mind that you generally want to be using your Lynx pet. I believe my Lynx died and I switched to Bear. The reason being is the Lynx can put on 4 stacks of bleed. And I put in a clip of me attacking with the sword. You can see it does a ton of damage. Very quick damage indeed. Ranger goes down quick and simple. Now this build can also solo the Bear boss and the Captain boss. You want to be using your Bear when you do this so he can tank all the damage while you just unload heavy amounts of DPS. Down. Now you can also do it on the Captain, like I said. Sadly, he gets in a weird position that I can't flank him as easily. And unlucky for me, I get ganked. But I still actually end up getting this kill. It's pretty clutch. I'm really happy about it. I decided to keep DPSing because he's so close, and I decided why not try for that kill. And I throw the final dagger to take him out, getting the kill for the team. Another warrior coming up at me. Taken down really quickly thanks to that quick spike. Shake It Off can't even remove enough conditions considering how many I just keep pounding on him. Could have been dodging a little bit more in that fight, but that's okay, still took him down. And this is what you do not want to do, is start the fight first. Otherwise he will get that knockdown on you and you won't get your quick Zephyr out. And it'll be wasted. Unluckily, I get taken down. However, I do finish him off and get the kill yet again for the team. 3 kills, 1 game. Alright you guys, thanks so much for watching. This has been another Psycho Power Ranger video. If you did like it, go ahead and give it that thumbs up, share it with your friends, post it places, whatever you gotta do. I'll be making lots of builds like this. If you do like this content, go ahead and subscribe as well. It'd be much appreciated. Anyways, take it easy, you guys. I hope you own some people with this new machine gun ranger build. Peace out.